God by what he's doing and what he's not doing. God's definition of faithfulness cannot be traced to whether he answers your prayers or whether he doesn't answer your prayer. From now till when you go to be with the Lord, it's not about what God does. That's not what makes him faithful. What makes him faithful was that he so loved you before the world began, before you were born, before your need ever arose, that he addressed your actual need. Your actual need was to have everlasting life. So before you were born, he gave his only begotten son. That's what made God faithful. So when he said, God, you are faithful, you are faithful, it's not because he gave you a child. Because God can withhold children for some people and he's faithful. He can withhold additions and he's faithful. He can use reproaches to cleanse you and he's faithful. God can permit anything that will enable you to overcome spirits you are not yet overcome. So when there are some pressing needs and they are not forthcoming, or even concerning our spiritual estate, some things are not happening natural or spiritually speaking, I always know that God is doing more than what I expect. So I rest. What is governing this present life is a law. You need a law to relate with it. And the season where they will prepare you to inherit that law, which is firstly the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus, is that time where you will relate with the present life the way unbelievers and carnal believers don't. The way you see yourself, the way you relate with your salary, privileges, time, opportunities. If it has anything in common to do with a natural man or a carnal believer, you are using a wisdom that is not for those who are seeking the kingdom. You must have nothing in common with the principle, with the wisdom by which you relate to the present life that can be found with a natural man or an unbeliever. It's only thereby you'll be free from the law of fear. To go against that law, you need the law of faith, which is an inheritance that you will get to after seasons of a sacrificial life, wherein the grace of faith will now become an inheritance.